Hi, welcome to Vensire Studios. In today's video I'm going to be going over how I got Davinci Resolve running on Linux with AMD graphics. So let's get this started. Before we get this going, I just want to go over the previous video which I had done, which was the swap. Swapping from Manjaro Linux to Kubuntu, and you can find that linked in the corner up here or in the description below. And the whole reason for it actually correlates directly with this video, and that is to get the AMD graphics installed, at least a simpler way for maybe just a basic user who's trying to swap off of Windows, you could say as well. So let's get this going. For slapping me in the bottom corner, I just want to go over that I'm on Kubuntu version 18.04 because that is what the current AMD drivers fully support on the Ubuntu system, and there's also a CentOS version that you could use. Now, personally, I'm guessing if you have any Linux desktop on kernel version 2.0, it may work. I don't know 100%. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. But that seems to be what the AMD drivers are based off of currently. Now, the new version 20 of the at least Kubuntu and Ubuntu derivatives seem to be long-term service, so I'm waiting for that to have official drivers from AMD before changing it over. I also want to go over that you used to be able to just use the open source drivers from AMD, the basic ones, and then just install OpenCL on top of it, and that would just directly work without a single issue. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Now you seem to need to have the full pro versions of the drivers in order for it to work. So now I'm in the bottom corner here. We're gonna open up and get to the AMD website. Close that on out. I was just double checking that the version 20 was LTS, but go to AMD.com, click on drivers and support up here. Then you're gonna select your graphics card. Now I'm on the 2nd gen Vega, so this is exactly what to be going, which is nice. It's very at the very top there, very easy to find. You tell it to submit, and you'll see your Windows versions that you have, Linux versions and such. Like here you have RHEL, which is of course Red Hat, and CentOS, which is a derivative off of Red Hat. It's actually states on both of them, doesn't it? CentOS 8.1, 7.8. In fact, I got, two different versions here, but you're just gonna select the version that you have, at least if you're doing it directly from here. If you are more advanced and know how to get it on other versions, and man, go right ahead. I'm not that complicated. So Ubuntu is what I would be selecting, and 18.04.4 HWE. And you just go ahead and tell that to download. And we'll just tell that to save, and I'll open it afterwards. Now, just close that on out that they bring on up, and you're going to be going over to the installation instructions here. It makes it pretty simplistic. It's just a very simple terminal commands to get it working. Now, you're going to go all the way down to install or uninstalling the AMD GPU. Alright, before we proceed any further, the next step I recommend is opening up your actual file explorer that you have. Like for me is Dolphin, and then you go to where your downloads are, and you're going to extract the AMD file that's right in there. So you're going to right click on it, go to extract, and extract archive here, auto detect subfolder, or it'll just put it all in here, and we're not doing it that way. After that, you can just open that up, right click, then go to actions and open terminal here. If they have those options, or you're going to have to do it via terminal to get to the folder itself. So for basic versions of the open source drivers, if that's all you want for whatever you're doing, then you just need to use this command here. So basically you'd open up terminal, you can just copy all this on over, shift control, then just tell it to enter, and it'll go through and install them. Now, obviously we're trying to get Davinci Resolve specifically working, and as I had stated originally, this would work. Then all you would need to do is install the Pro OpenCL here, and it would launch. Now, Davinci Resolve tries to launch on the open source drivers, but it can't work. It does not work all the way. It just flat out crashes on out in the middle of loading on up. So what you need now are these full pro variant drivers, and that is right down here. So instead you'd be selecting this, Control C to copy, of course right click and copy, go over here, Control Shift V, then you'd hit enter. Actually no, what you should do first is put in sudo. Maybe I'm paranoid for that, it doesn't say that you need to, but I'd put in sudo, hit enter, you put in your password, and it'll go through and do a full install of these drivers. It will take a little while to get done. Even on my 3900X from AMD's processor series, it took a little while to get it fully situated and set up. When you're done, do a full reboot. So should have shown it here. Just type reboot, hit enter. Obviously I'm not going to hit it now because I'm not going to reboot my machine while it's in the middle of recording this, and it'll get that installed. And then there are just a couple things I'll cover over again. I talked about them, I believe, in my swap video, but I'll talk about them in here just to make sure that you get the gist on all of it. This is going to be, well, rather short video. Probably less than 8 minutes at this rate. Once it loads up, of course. You don't need to go into it. And there's a swap. I'm going to basically just tear that out and put this video on top of it. So once you load it on up in Davinci Resolve, you're going to go to Preferences, set up obviously your media storage locations that you're going to need, memory and GPU, which is funny, it pretty much immediately slapped this all the way to max. I was like, yeah, you're going to do this. Enable display GPU for compute. This is important. This is really is needed from what I noticed for being able to decode anything that you're going to be playing through, because it'll be skippy if not. Then the second important thing to do is go down to this decode options and disable use GPU for Blackmagic raw decode. At least for Vega 7, whenever I used it, it'd just give this nasty green pixelated garbage. I'll b-roll that up on here and you'll see how just disgusting it all was. So it really concludes this video. It's a very simplistic video overall, as you can see here. Alright, so overall I'd have to say that definitely concludes this video. There's nothing much really to say about it other than to show you how to quickly get that installed on Linux so you can get yourselves on moving for the editing and whatnot. In the next video I'll definitely start covering over programs that I'm using to help everything flow together nicely, from the audio conversion that I have to do, as you can see with the transcode audio thing on my desktop up here, to what else I use to, like, say, convert the audio from YouTube to WAV as well, in order to get it into Davinci Resolve and edit it all up. So like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the content here, please hit that subscribe button, and I hope you all have a good day.